Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to the first ever podcast of All Around Sorare. It's from me, Capital Sorare, and we've got Jonesy, and we've also got here Ellis. How are we doing, lads?
Not too bad. How's yourself?
Good, good. I'm excited for today. I will tell the viewers in a bit what's actually happened. But Ellis, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah, very excited to start our first podcast together, guys. Well, should we tell the
Yeah,
viewers? This is
I am
potentially our second one.
excited. Yeah, I am excited indeed. I know you guys are, but we've had a bit of a pickle, haven't we? So, long story short, guys, is that we are actually recording episode 2 basically right now because the first episode we recorded had some audio malfunctions that didn't end up working. So now we are going to go and reiterate everything we spoke about yesterday. So that was a bit of a waste of an hour and a half.
Let's run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Yeah. So now we're going to run it back. And we're going to go through everything, and we're going to go the same way we did yesterday, and we will talk about briefly, basically how and why we started Sorare, and that's pretty much it. So, Jonesy, mate, did you want to lead off with that?
Yeah, no problem. So I started Sorare because I was watching the Panthers for FIFA videos, and he did a video about Sorare, which led me to do more research, watched a bit of John Nellis, and just became really intrigued. I had played FBL in the past, but Sorare's a lot different. It's a lot more in detail, which is why I chose to play Sorare essentially over like other platforms. But yeah, it's mainly from the Panthers, mainly from John Nellis. If they hadn't put the videos out at the start, I wouldn't even be bothering at the moment.
Ellis.
Yeah, really similar to Jonesy. Big FIFA player. I've been playing since probably FIFA 12. And there was a streaming platform that was called Mixer. I might have mentioned this previously on our last failed podcast. But essentially, Nepenthes had I think he had like a sponsorship with Mixer. He was streaming there all the time, and at the end of each FIFA episode, he would bring up Sorare, and I would be like, oh, okay, this looks pretty cool. And also similar to Jonesy, I'm a big FPL player. I've been playing that for the best part of 10, 11 years. And when I realised, I gave it a shot. I realised the scoring matrix on Sorare, and that was kind of it for me. Once I realised how it was scored, I made the switch, and haven't looked back.
Yeah, I'm very similar to you lads as well. I watched Nepenthes originally, and then I started watch John Nellis, etc., and Sorare on a budget and all this other stuff. The OGs of the space, and I first got into it because originally I actually sort of didn't give it the attention, and we're going to talk about this later why. But I didn't give it the attention it deserved Sorare at the time because I was into Football Index. I put a little bit of money into that, pulled it out thankfully. If you know why, you know why. And and then I fell in love. I tried to find an alternative to Football Index, and then I went to Sorare again and actually gave it the time and effort. And now the rest is history. Really, been playing it for the last 3 years or whatever it was. So yeah, that's my little story on it. And obviously, speaking about Sorare anyway in general, because we're a Sorare podcast and a footballing podcast, we have. I thought we could talk about the little situation going on with Basilbot at the moment. If you guys have seen it. I don't know if you guys wanted to had your say in it. It's up to you. Again, go ahead, Ellis. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, I mean, in general, I don't deal with the bots too often personally. If I need a cheap player very quickly, obviously they're going to be the cheapest on the market. So occasionally I'll buy a player for a bot. But to be honest, that's really changed in the last sort of month, maybe 2 months since the XP changes have come out. And now my priority is always it's always going to be picking up a player from the market. And that's just obviously me personally, but the whole Basilbot situation with this, I think it was Mbappe Super S to begin with. There's a lot. It's a morals question really, and I think we're all gonna have an opinion on it. I think I would probably give it back personally. It's almost, in my opinion, you can see it as stealing because I think he knew what he was doing. But yeah, Jonesy, what about you?
Yeah, it was for Mbappe, wasn't it? I can't remember. It was like a couple of quid for Mbappe or like tenner for Mbappe, which is ridiculous. But I think they did give it back it was for a substantial amount of money though. It wasn't for nothing. It was like a super rare Harry Kane, super rare Matt Riley. I think it was like Manuel Neuer or something as a third card. There was 3 cards, and
I saw 3 cards.
They came up to like 12, 13 grand altogether in super rare. So he didn't give it back for nothing. I would have probably just asked for like a, nice little cheap rare that I can put in my CAP240 that like I normally do.
Yeah, for
But
honesty.
yeah, I use the bots often. They're usually the cheapest on the market, which is perfect. Usually floor price, and if you do offer them and they're not floor price, they will usually offer back at floor. So I always use the bots. But if I need somebody quick, or if I've researched somebody and they do come down in price a bit, I'll use a bot to undercut the market, which is not always great for the market, but I need someone cheap.
So I was going to butt in. I was going to ask you boys if you think the bots are a good thing for Sorare,
Yeah,
and if
yeah,
so, why, or if
definitely.
not, why? Yeah.
Because of the high supply, it's like instead of going, it's like another section of the market. So you've got the primary market, which is your auctions, the secondary market, which is player sales. But then I class the bots as like a tertiary market because the amount of cards they have, it's like as if you walked into a Tesco and just took some off the shelf and gone to the till and paid for it. That's kind of like what it is with a bot. They will more than likely have your card between the 3 or 4 bots. You got Sirhis, Battlebot, Rove. I don't know if Satonio's a bot, but that's another matter that we'll come into in a minute. Satonio did something, didn't he? But yeah, I'm not sure if he's the bot, but usually out of those 3 bots, one of them will have your card.
Yeah.
Or the card you're looking for, so you don't have to haggle, you don't have to spend days, someone might not respond to you for a day for the offer you put in.
Yeah.
Bots are instant. If you need something, they've got it. If you want it, pay the price. I don't mind bots at all. I actually quite like having them there now. I used to complain all the time for them undercutting on the market, but I don't mind it now.
Yeah, I think I'm probably of the similar opinion to Jonesy. It doesn't affect me too much, but I understand it probably affects all of us in a way with the undercutting of player prices. But I mean, that comes down to, if you need a player quick and maybe they're not performing at their price, then okay, an undercut's going to come. So yeah, I like it. If you need access to a card quick, or if you need to sell, they're there. And I think treating it like a third part of the market, like you said, Jonesy, is a good way of looking at it. Not a way I've looked at it before. But yeah, I think I'm of a similar opinion.
Yeah, I think for me, like you heard my opinion the other day on it. I didn't damn bots, but I do think they're a bit skewed at times. But yeah, I do think they're necessary. What probably doesn't sit right with me is when bots are allowed to like bid and things like this. I think that's when it's a bit probably unfair, because I mean then people can't get a good deal or anything like, because they obviously bid the maximum to allow them a profit. Yeah. So I think that's what, like I said, doesn't really sit well with me. But apart from that, I guess bots here can be quite quite helpful, I guess. And but if we're talking about bots, you're a bit of a bot when it comes to CAP240, Jonesy, don't you, mate? And I thought we can give ourselves a quick CAP240 recap for this weekend. We're filming it right now on a Sunday. How's your CAP240 modes getting on?
Just before we branch off into the CAP240, I do want to give like a shout out to Sorare and Satonio. So if you guys heard that there was a bit of a malfunction on the market, and Satonio managed to get 3 Man City players for basically like under £1. 3 limited Man City players for under £1, and they came to like a total value of like 200 or something like that.
Christ.
Not sure, my math might be wrong. It's like a Rodri. Who was it? A Rodri? It wasn't a Haaland. It wasn't anything like a Haaland, but it was 3 Man City players. He's handed them back to Sorare off the auction because obviously must have been some malfunction that no one else could bid on them or something. But he's handed them back and Sorare are giving them away. So if you haven't entered the giveaway, go to Sorare on Twitter and enter that for a chance to win one of the 3 limited Man City players.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I forgot to mention. Say Tonio, isn't it? Or Satonio?
Yeah,
I deal with him quite a lot. I deal with him quite a lot when we're just talking about. I think he's a bot, from what I can see.
Yeah, and you're on first name basis, Michael.
Hey.
Your first name basis with Satonio.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, me and Mr. Satonio, we're good friends.
Oh, Sat for short.
Yeah, Sat. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is good that he obviously handed it back in. I don't think, to be honest, he had really much of a choice. I reckon so would have just been like, oh, give it back, or they just would have taken it. But yeah, nonetheless, it is also good, obviously, to do it. But yeah, going back into the cat modes, mate. What are you two looking at then this weekend?
I'm just going to pull mine up now. I have it here.
Okay, well, I'll wait for you to pull yours up. Then I'll briefly talk about mine because mine's a bit boring. So I've got my CAP240 limited. I don't have rares, as many will know. So far, Bartos, I think his name is, the Millwall goalkeeper. He's got me 46 in, I think, a 2-all draw with Watford away
Decent
from
AA.
home. Yeah, not bad AA. Then I got Shane Duffy for Norwich. They lost, I think, 2 or 3-1 to Sunderland the other night also. So, but he's got me 53, which is okay. And then I've got the 3 Oviedo boys of Baston, Colombato, and Calvo as captain. So I'm hoping they do me the goods tonight.
Love it.
So yeah, what about you lads?
Yeah, I've got mine here now. So in the CAP240 Limited, my team's complete. I put a full stack of Austria, Klagenfurt players in. They won 1-0 yesterday, so I got the assist and clean sheet for the goalkeeper and the 2 defenders. They came out with, looks like I've been opted down actually, 293 points. Yeah, it's just going to be the cash threshold there, just a £4 back.
Love it.
And then in the rare, currently sat on 240 points and only 3 players played, so I'm quite happy about that. I've got 1 player coming in at 315 playing bottom of the league, and they're captained. And then I've got Guido Bergstaller at 4 o'clock against Lask.
Did you say you've got
So
your captain
hopefully-
left?
Yeah, my captain's still got to
Love
play.
it.
Fingers crossed, guys. I'm going to get a card reward out of it this week.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, sounds looks good.
Yeah, for
How's
myself,
yours
CAP240 Limited, they're actually playing right now, so if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll probably see my head flicking, because it's 2-0 to Kilmarnock with 15 minutes left. They've got it for now. They're on 308 points. But I've actually gone for a different strategy this week. I usually, like Jonesy, I usually go for 2 defenders, but I've actually gone for 2 midfielders, 1 forward. And it seems to be doing the job for now. So yeah, very happy with that. And then like yourself, Michael, I've got 4 Oviedo players to play in 240 rare. And one of my players already, big shout out to this player, Abe. He's 34. I brought him in for £1.80 in rare. Last 15 of, I think it was less than 33. He's delivered a 72.4, which is definitely outperforming his last 15. So very, very happy with that. And yeah, good luck to the boys tonight.
Yeah, the boys. There we go. But so keeping on the topic of Sorare, I thought, like I said earlier on, I was talking about I was put off Sorare when I first initially came onto the scene. And that was because I don't feel like Sorare is actually all that user friendly. When some are beginners coming in or a novice, how to sort of go about, starting up Sorare and what's this, what's that, what's collection bonuses, what's bonuses in general, what's a bunch of different questions I had for Sorare at the time. Obviously, bonus collections wasn't a thing, but. So I wanted to ask you guys, one in and one out in regards to what you would do for Sorare. How would you simplify things?
I'll give you my in. I'd definitely bring in more game modes. So like SO7, SO9, I've seen mentioned, S11. Get 11-man team, a 9 and a 7, that would be cool. Because I've got cards just sat there doing nothing. And a few people will have the same issue. Where they played for a long time and they built up cards, and maybe those cards aren't worth as much now, so they're holding them for maybe a higher price when the market pulls up. But SO5, SO11, SO7, SO9 would be pretty cool to get. It'd probably include more people to join in, because SO11 would be more like your standard FPL, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So I'd like
true.
something like that to be added.
All right. What about you, Ellis? Something you would change about it or do in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a bit of a list in my head, but I think the first one, and I think we spoke about this recently, was the tutorial. Just like yourself, Michael, I was a bit confused at first. I didn't think the UI back when I joined was that amazing. I was a little bit lost, so I don't think my retention was even longer than a few minutes. I was off the app, I was off the website. So I think a tutorial would be really helpful for Sorare. I think, if you're a new manager, you've just loaded up for the first time, it's sort of like a manager tutorial, just like FIFA, for example. When you load into Ultimate Team, you go through a 5 to 10 minute tutorial, which really helps new players, obviously, and it doesn't stop there. There are also starter objectives as well in FIFA, which help new managers progress as sort of becoming into that, maybe potentially intermediate level, or it's definitely not a novice. I think in Sorare that would be essential to add in the near future for sure.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think for me, like it was always massive for them to bring in normal cash wallets, then opposed to having to just focus on Ethereum. So I think that was a big one, and I feel like they need to advertise a bit better. But that's probably a different topic. But in regards to simplifying it, I completely agree. I think I've played FIFA for years. I'm sure you lads have, and whatever else. And no matter what, you go in and it's a tutorial, right? It's a beginner thing. It's like it puts you on it. You go onto Ultimate Team. No matter what you go on, it says right. This is how you work the trade market. This is how you buy a card. This is how you put a chemistry start. Like there's so many different things that it just like I know this. I know, but it helps the novice or the beginner, and
Yeah.
that's why it is a bit frustrating, but it is necessary, I think, to really grip someone into the game, and like I think again I'm going to talk about because it is a bit of a talking point I like to talk about with you lads before we jump into the next section is simplifying the fact that what is a big chance miss, what is a attempted assist, what's the difference between that and a I don't know, the clearance and a long pass. Like there's loads of different things that are a bit too vague for my liking, and I think why I bring that in is because I would like almost like a tutorial of like saying, bring in someone like a Declan Rice. You've got double double, triple triple, and
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've played it for years. I know Jonesy, you maybe know. Ellis, I'm not sure if you do or not, but I think for me, I don't have a clue, and I never have done. To me, Sorare need to simplify those things. So they just take a random game that someone like, let's say, Declan Rice has played, and he's got himself a triple triple or double double, whatever it is. It explains what those points are and what they are. If it's the amount of interceptions, the amount of tackles, or whatever, it explains what it is, And again, we can talk about a big chance missed. Like just get an arrow pointing to it with a little box showing what a missed chance is, and that's a replay of a game, like a 3-second clip, 5-second clip, to show what that is. And I know it'd be a ball ache for probably the Sorare admins and people dealing with it all, but it's going to help them. I firmly believe. I don't know about you boys. It will help them in the future to really simplify it and to really grip in the new user.
100%. Yeah, I think
I
it's
agree.
a problem in itself when you have to go on YouTube. Shout out to Quinny. Quinny breaks down some of the difficult scoring metrics or weirdly worded scoring metric names. And I have to go outside of the app to find out what it is. And that's the scoring matrix. So yeah, I think it'll be a great addition.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's going off again if we have to talk about FPL. Like for FPL, I think the reason people maybe love it is what is and it's so easy to get onto it is because I know there's a load of different matrix for Sorare, which is why we enjoy it in particular. But maybe why people don't tend to really jump onto Sorare is maybe it's a bit too difficult, too many things going on. I'm not sure. That's why maybe FPL it's literally like yellow card, red card, clean sheet, assist, or goal, and that is it. And that's all you have to worry about. You don't have to worry. That's why people like, as I said before, Kante, Declan Rice, and all these other players, Enzo Fernandez in the more modern football era, is they cost like 4 million, and they're dirt cheap because although they dictate the game, they tackle, they save a goal and whatever they need to do, they don't get any points. Whereas on Sorare, you obviously you do get that, and I wanted to get your thoughts maybe on what you guys thought about that sort of thing. How in depth Sorare is with it, because I think it's brilliant, of course, but as opposed to something like FPL.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest draws for me. FPL is really decisive based, though. I mean, if you've got a holding midfielder in your team that's maybe not on penalties like Jorginho used to be, but if you've got a holding midfielder in there, your best hope is a 1 for a clean sheet,
Yeah.
which is not a lot, is it really? When it comes down to it, you've got players there scoring goals and putting 6 and 7 points on the board, and your only holding mid has put a 3 on with a clean sheet. That was the best outcome. But no, on Sorare, it looks around. It looks at their whole game, not just did they score, did they get an assist, did they keep a clean sheet. You get everything from how many passes they made, all the way down to if they create a big chance. You might put a striker through from holding mid, and that's a big chance created if it goes at least to a 1-on-1 and striker takes a shot. So yeah, it looks at every in-depth little detail in the game with Opta. That's the biggest pull. It's not the case of is this person going to score a goal? Is this person going to get an assist? Is this person's all-around game going to be good enough against the team they're playing against? Which is perfect, really. It's how it should be.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. It's so unique, that scoring matrix, and coming from, FPL and going to this, it's next level. It's pretty amazing. It forces you to look into the game in so many different ways that you probably never did before. I don't know about you guys, but when I watch football matches now, especially when my players are playing, it's like, oh great, that was fantastic, what a great pass, and I actually get points for that even though there's no decisive, for example. So yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and you find yourself watching games that you wouldn't normally watch, wouldn't you? It's like Real Oviedo on the side, and
yeah, I mean,
I was watching Brazilian games midweek and US MLS games in midweek. So yeah.
Oh mate, don't even get me started on MLS. So yeah, obviously I'm a United fan. I have been, always will be. But yeah, obviously playing Sorare, you start to follow teams that you probably normally wouldn't. I mean, for example, I had the Kilmarnock game on live here on a Sunday. I would never in a million years think I would have this game on. But no, it's been brilliant, and following other teams and players as well on their journeys is great. But yeah, the MLS games in particular, I've had some pretty late nights watching those games.
Same.
I've been sleep deprived for a while, but yeah, it's been good.
Well, it's going back off your point, as you said before. Like, I think that's what doesn't maybe. I think again, going off what I started this topic about was the matrix that Sorare need to sort of simplify everything to know what is what, and just be like, instead of leaving it open to subjection and have people's opinions on it, just say, right, this is what this is what that is, and that's it. There's no fine line between it. That's it. If it meets that criteria, like if a big chance is missed, is it a certain XG, or is it literally he's got to be in front of goal and miss a complete sitter? Like, what is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like some clarity on that, and I don't want to shit on Sorare because I want the best for the platform, and I don't want to just this be about it. I just want to maybe if someone from Sorare listens to this to maybe take this constructively. And I don't know, you boys love it and all, like myself, but because for me, Sorare, if we talk about it more positively, like what you said, is you can collect, even with the coins you're collecting at the moment, just passively every week essentially, just by putting a random lineup in. Is amazing to be able to get yourself a signed jersey or a mystery jersey or a what's Jonesy's repping a Sorare hat. Like you can do, there you go, and you can do those things, and you can't do that with FPL. Again, I said to you yesterday, boys. I said with FPL, if you're top 10,000, you're like God. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
If you're top 10,000 in Sorare, you're fucking shit. You're just to put it bluntly, like you. Because obviously the base is so much smaller, I get that. It's all about perspective. But yeah, that's why I just love Sorare. I think it's just you're rewarded for doing your research. You're rewarded for looking into things, and that's what I really enjoy about it.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I think it's that you get a chance. If your players are playing on the week, you get a chance every week. FPL, obviously, I know it's every week as well, but you don't get anything back. And in Sorare, you get a chance every week to win something. Even like you said, if it's just the coins, they add up, and one day you could be able to, if you're lucky enough, you win a signed jersey. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you know what else? I forgot to mention it on our faulty recording of the podcast. Is the card collecting aspect as well. Do you remember we used to all collect football cards when we were kids, like shootout cards, match attacks?
Yes.
Yeah. I might be a bit older than you guys. I shoot out cards as well.
I
don't know if you guys remember shootout. Yeah, there you go. The shootout cards. I've still got them somewhere. Full collection.
I'll bring on next podcast.
I'll have to show you some of the old cards I have got. But yeah, that card collecting aspect, it takes you back to like being a kid. That is something that's big for me as well. Like, I will look at a card before I'm buying it. I'll probably more buy it on the card design than the XP boost.
Yeah.
I know I can build the XP boost up anyway. I don't like the old card design, so I try and stay away from it if I can. And I try and keep to like the 2022, 2023, and the 2024 cards.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I've still got some of these. I had a full match tax collection from one season, and I occasionally look back when I go back to my parents' house, and I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And you can flip back, look at the players, and yeah, it's great that Sorare can do that digitally as well. And to be honest, the UI for that's really good in the collections tab. So yeah, it looks pretty smart.
Might come back in 10 years and our 2021 player might be worth like a couple of grand.
Yeah, maybe, exactly.
That's I wanted to go into a more pressing issue then, maybe, if we come off the sunshine and rainbows for you collection bonus freaks out there. But I was thinking we can talk about someone like Tonali and his ban that's gone on now, and I don't know if you guys know fully, but he's been banned for 10 months. I think it's been confirmed with, I think, 8 months of something else, might be rehab or something like that. I can't fully remember, so don't quote me on it. But it's definitely 10 months out of football. What is your whole take? I know it's not a whole lot to say. I guess it. I guess it's a very sensitive issue. But what do you have any say on it or any opinion?
Yeah, it shouldn't be betting in the first place, but I mean, I'm sure he never bet on his team to lose. He never bet on. Apparently, there was a maybe bet on a yellow card for himself in a game. I think that's just allegedly there. I don't know that for sure. If he did or he didn't. If he didn't, then he's still not influencing the game. He only ever bet on Milan, I believe, when he wasn't starting. I think, or he wasn't even on the bench, or he wasn't involved. He was injured or out for a suspension or anything. So it's a weird one. I mean, Ivan Toney got the same ban, right? But has this one been put in by the Italian FA and not
I think it is, yeah.
the English FA? Yeah.
So
It's a
he
weird
can't
one,
play.
isn't it? Yeah.
Sorry, mate. He can't play
Yeah.
club or international football at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can't play internationals. He's like Tony. That'll be a big loss for Italy because he's a cracking player.
Yeah, no. Sorry, Alice, mate. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that influence thing is, I know we've recorded this twice, but just thinking about it again, is the betting on a team to win seems obviously very different on betting on a team to lose in terms of influence, because you can say to your mate, if you say to your mate, oh, just put in a stinker and lose because I'll bet on them to lose, that would, in my eyes, be like, okay, it's influenced negatively, but betting on them to win is like, okay, now he's got to go out there, his mate's got to go out there, put out a 10 out of 10 performance and win the game.
Which you should be doing anyway.
Which you should be doing anyway. So
Yeah.
the influence thing's difficult there. I think for the team to win, I kind of sympathise with Tonali there because he's not influencing it.
So
think
for me, like I said, I'm going to reiterate exactly what I said yesterday because I believe it is true. Okay, and you guys will probably giggle about it again, but it is like if you're a footballer, it's like the equivalent to like a porn star. Okay, and for me, a porn star, right, does their job, but they know fully well there's going to be certain aspects of their life that are going to be different. Okay, but just whether that's right or wrong, that is what it is, isn't it? So they know, for like, let's say, relationship-wise, it's going to be difficult to obtain a normal relationship because they, of the job they're doing. But they knew this when they signed up to it. Yeah. So, but when it comes to a footballer, especially one of Tonali's stature, who's earning 100 to 200 grand a week. They know that betting's off the cards and off the tables. They knew this in the first place when they signed the dotted line. To be a footballer anyway, we would love and probably give our left leg to play football for 5 minutes for a League Two club. Do you know, so to be in that position and to do what he's doing, but I think it was addicted or stuff like that. So obviously that's another pressing, sensitive issue.
Yeah,
so I'm not taking
itself, isn't it? Really, isn't it? The whole betting on sponsors, and he's a young kid. He's not old at all. You can see how he's probably influenced, and I think we've all probably been influenced. Any male in the football industry has probably seen the sponsors everywhere. So it's hard not to sympathise with him when it's out there everywhere, I think. But like you said, the rules are the rules, and he was aware of them, and there are also consequences for those.
I think I said yesterday that you could just bet on another sport. I know it's an addiction and everything, but just don't learn to play another sport, but just watch another sport. You gotta like more than one sport. We all like more than one sport, right? Like I'm a big fan of the NFL. Alex is a big fan of Real Oviedo.
Another sport, yeah. I like the tennis, to be fair. Big fan of tennis.
Yeah.
There you go. And Cap, would you like another sport?
Yeah, I'm tennis as well. Don't mind watching a bit of basketball as well every now and again when I can watch it. But yeah, I do agree though. There are different ways to go about betting, especially within your sport. I think, like you said earlier, I think no matter what you do, like if you're betting on yellow cards, even if it's in a completely different league, I don't think it matters because with the connections footballers have, they can have a friend that's just moved to the Swedish league or a cousin or a friend or whatever it is and be like, right, this guy, the right back, Greek right back for bloody whoever, he's going to, go in for this guy tonight to purposely get a yellow card. Just bet 20k tonight, you can, 10 times your money. it's like, that's where it doesn't really fall very well with me. And even with results, same thing again. Like, oh, this guy's purposely going to lose tonight because of this and that reason. But yeah, it's always a difficult issue, and I'm going to bring it onto something a little bit more Sorare based. And what I was going to say is, so obviously Tonali's out for 10 months. Tony's out till January, so he's back in two and a bit months, or basically 2 months. Are there any players you guys would suggest out there that are who are out long term, whether it's from a ban, an injury, let's say 3 months or more, and that you maybe recommend picking up? Is anyone out there?
I have one that's on his way back, has been out for longer than 3 months. I think he's been out for about a year. Craig Gordon of Hearts. I've seen some of the Scottish accounts tweeting around that he's going to be coming back soon. Could be as soon as this weekend, this midweek, sorry, against Livingston. So I did pick one up for myself for about in limited for like £3 just to have a spare goalkeeper. Not sure what his price is now. I will just double check for you. But yeah, he's one that I quite like the look of. I wouldn't even mind a Tonali card because I believe he's down to like £50 in rare or something. So
Yeah, I think that's a bargain. Even if he comes back, he's not as he once were. He would get snapped back up by Milan.
Yeah, Craig Gordon's £2.97 in limited. He will be a starting goalkeeper over Xander Clark apparently, according to some of the Scottish accounts.
Yeah,
and he's got an L15 of 0. So if you want to put him in CAP240, you can put an absolute monstrous CAP240 team out with a 0 L15 goalie.
And I guess the risk there is like he's the backup anyway, so his price can't get much lower. I mean that's pretty low for limited for a keeper. I think I picked up limited keepers for like £1.50 maybe. So worst case scenario, might lose a couple quid. But
he's a starter by the way, or it's not the backup.
Yeah, but he's injured, right?
He was injured, yeah, but when he was not injured, he was the starter. I don't know how much utility you get out of him. He's 40 years old.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So what
but
I'm trying to say is
that reflects the price, though, doesn't it? Like you're paying £3 for a goalie as opposed to £20-30. Like you're saving 10 extra money for the sake of short term. Like that's the point of it, isn't it? Really. So if you're really on a budget for a cap mode, then obviously for picking up someone £3, then you get a threshold 1 week, you made your money back. So it's all good. So I think, did you have anyone, Alex? Because I know I had someone to.
Yeah, I've got a couple actually. The first one's I haven't done too much research in, but I've just remembered just based on this topic. But another one's Anthony Uja. I think are we owners? I think Jonesy's an owner. I packed him in. Packed him, yeah. It's tier 3 rare from midweek, and I used him in lineup. And he bangs. He got like 2 goals, but then I think he got a dislocated shoulder, so he's going to be out for about 4 months, I think at least, or 3 to 4 months. Whether it'll be the same player when he comes back after his rehabilitation, I don't know. But his rare price at the time when I packed him was about 80 quid. I think it's dropped to like £25 now, so pretty cheap. But yeah, obviously the risk is there. He's a little bit older. He's like 30, I think he's like 31, 32. So that's a risk there. But then my second player is Kevin De Bruyne. And he got injured in, I think it was August, so I've just got his limited price here, 100 quid. And now off the auction you can pick him up for £45 and bring it onto the City fan Jonesy. You probably know a bit about De Bruyne right now.
I don't know if he's going to integrate back in like everybody thinks he does. Pep Roulette. He's getting older. He's like, what, 32 now?
32.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we might have seen his best days.
That's really sad. As a United fan, I love watching De Bruyne. I think it's been incredible in the last few years. Ever since he joined City.
I was at the Champions League final in Istanbul, and when he got subbed off, I thought that was it. I thought we were done.
Oh, really?
But no. Yeah, that was a sad moment. But yeah, that's 2 serious injuries in the space of, 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, 5 months. I think we might have seen his best days, to be honest.
Very sad.
If you look at the team performing now, I mean, they're performing perfectly fine without him.
Yeah, so Julian Alvarez, where does he play? He kind of plays behind or alongside Haaland, right?
Yeah, he can play in the midfield, or he can play the second striker. I think, at the moment he's just playing just behind Erling Haaland. I've not seen Bernardo Silva have a game for a little bit either. So there might be another one that might be a casualty in January. But no, I think that super team with De Bruyne, Bernardo, we had Raheem Sterling as well. I think that's coming to an end now.
Yeah, change the guard. What about you, Michael? Got anyone?
Yes, I had two players. I had I think he's a left back for Monaco. He's just recently done his cruciate ligament. Chao Henrique.
Oh, yeah.
He was a good scorer. He's done well. If you look, if I don't know if you guys have any Sorare or whatever up, but his last few scores since the start of this season have been bloody phenomenal. Basically, he's only really put in one stink and one average, and the rest are really good. Um, so I got him and also Lukumi for Bologna, the centre back Colombian. Don't know what it was fully he's done, his thigh problem, but I think apparently he's meant to be out for a couple of months also. So again, another long-term hold, but somebody for even a team that concedes a lot, he gets some really good scores for what they do. And but yeah, that's my two players, lads. And
I've just had a quick look while you guys were chatting there about the players. There is a lot of big names out with serious injuries at the moment. Upamecano's out with a hamstring.
Wow.
He's down at £20. Dybala is out with a collateral ligament injury. I'm not sure what that is. But he's down at 30. And he's a forward. Victor Osimhen, hamstring muscle injury. I don't know if that's down, but it's at £50 for a striker that's 20 goals a season.
Yep.
In the mid. Andy Robertson's injured as well, shoulder injury, down at £8.
Wow, it was
is
80
another one I
quid
thought.
beginning of the season, Robertson.
Is 80 quid?
Sorry, 18.
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, so he's half then.
Yeah.
Another one I thought you would have mentioned, Ellis, is Eze.
Yeah, I love
believe
Eze.
Eze.
What a player.
He's down at £8 now.
Yeah.
Di Maria down at 20. They've all got injuries. And then the one I really wanted to mention was, I don't know if you guys saw him play, but he's called Mikutadze, I think.
I'm not sure I've
He
heard of
played
him.
in the second division of France last season and scored nearly 30 goals. And he moved to Ajax, and well, his injury is only an illness, but he's missed the last 3 games. And Ajax have just changed their manager. You can pick him up for around about 30. So there is some big Sorare names on here that look good. Good for a pickup. Thomas Partey is also injured. You can pick him up for £3. That's a really good price. I'm actually I might sneakily grab one of them.
Do like
You
that.
can pick him up for 38 in rare.
damn, yeah, that is not too shabby, boys. There's some good picks there, and let's talk about Open, okay, and why we have gone for. Well, I'll briefly explain the story if you don't mind, lads. But basically, what we had done in the previous episodes, we had actually spun a wheel consisting probably about 30-40 teams from lesser leagues and whatever else, and we end up spinning it and we just weren't happy. So basically it's a fucking waste of time, and the boys are to blame for that, especially Jonesy. So what we did, we ended up picking a place that we liked, a league that was not in necessarily the top leagues. So we went for Belgium, obviously, and then we also went for a team that we saw was struggling, and they are, I think, 14th in 16.
Yeah,
Out
well,
of 16,
yesterday
I think they
before
are.
their match.
Or is it
Yeah.
or something like that? They're basically near relegation zone. They lost their last 5 games on the bounce. And I'm going to bring it up here because I have everyone's predictions. But I asked you boys to predict yesterday, didn't I? Who you thought would win, and we all 3 of us unanimously, if I can say the bloody word, 3-0 to Eupen. And they actually gone and done it. They won 2-0 though.
Clean sheet.
Yesterday, Eupen.
Yeah.
So we have helped them, I'm hoping. So yeah, good news there, boys. So we are now firm fans of and dedicated supporters of AS Eupen, the Pandas, I believe they're called. Don't
Up the
shoot me,
Eupen.
guys. Yeah, up the Eupen. So there you go. We are new fans for that. If you guys want to join us for that, be my guest. We will try help them whenever we can. But yeah, why I've gone to that also is because I wanted you boys. Well, again, we did this yesterday, didn't we? And I told you to say, right, Premier League predictions. Okay, and what we were going to do, we're probably going to play a little game. Okay, so we'll say probably near Christmas. Okay, probably around that time we'll do a Christmas giveaway. Hey, yeah, make sure to leave a like for that. Yeah, we'll do a Christmas giveaway. I've just put this on the boys, by the way, so you're welcome. So we'll do a Christmas giveaway, okay? And what we will do Premier League predictions of the weekend, okay? So I'm going to go through the games, which I did yesterday, and I'll tell you what everyone's put. And we are going to guess the score and the result. If you guess the score and the result, that's 3 points. If you guess the result, that's the 1 point, and there's obviously no points if you fail to do either one of those two. So I've got in front of me here, lads, what you guys had said yesterday. Okay, and we will go through this. So Chelsea, Brentford. Do you remember what you put, Ellis or
I
Jonesy?
do. I think I said 2-1 Chelsea.
What did I put?
Ellis put 2-1. Jonesy, you put 1-0
Chelsea.
to Chelsea. I put 1-1.
Okay.
So no one gets any
So
points.
no one won. No one won anything. So we're all
Good
shit.
start, boys.
But that's Chelsea in general, wasn't it? Then we got Arsenal versus Sheffield. Again, any predictions? What you guys had said?
I'm 100% sure I said as a joke 5-0, and I went with it.
You did indeed.
And they won
5-0.
5-0, right?
Yeah, they won 5-0. So
I
that's
love
a
that.
3-pointer for Ellis. Sorry, for Jonesy. Ellis, you said 3-1, so you get the 1 point, and I said 2-0, so I get the 1 point as well.
Nice.
Bournemouth, Burnley. Again, do you guys remember? I personally said 1-1.
I think I said 1-1.
I think I said draw as well, didn't I?
All three of us said 1-1.
Yeah.
All three of us. So I think Bournemouth won 2-1 yesterday, was it?
Yeah,
So
Philip Billing
none of
winner.
us-
Yeah.
Yeah. So none of us got those. And then we go into Wolves versus Newcastle. Okay? I said 3-1 Newcastle. Ellis,
I remember what I said.
I'm pretty sure I said 3-2 Newcastle.
you did. So 0 for you. Jonesy,
Did I put Wolves to win? Or draw?
you said 2-1 to Newcastle.
A loss then, innit?
So all three of us again. Stinkers.
I knew there'd be some goals from Wolves though. Their attacking data at home is pretty good.
Right. We have got West Ham versus Everton. I said 3-0. Obviously, they haven't played yet, so I'm not going to. Obviously, it's thinking what they're playing at the moment.
aren't they now?
I've got the result.
Playing
It's
currently
0-0
right now.
No, at the moment.
Bollocks. Okay, so that's not going to happen for me then, does it? So I said 3-0. Ellis, you said what? Do you remember?
I can't remember. Did I go controversial here? I think it said something like Everton, like a draw or something.
You did. 2-2. You
2-2.
said.
Okay, no goals.
What did I go with? Well, that's 0-0 at the moment, Ellis, so I don't think you're getting the score.
Not coming in.
Jonesy, you said 3-0 as well.
Oh, I'm not getting the score either then.
And none of us look like we're going to get. Hopefully, West Ham just win that. Villa, Luton Town.
I went for an upset here, I'm sure I did. After I went for
I
like
think
a
you
draw.
did.
Draw or a Luton win?
Jonesy, you went 1-1.
That's fair, yeah. That could happen.
It could well do. Probably not, but we could do.
We'll see.
Ellis,
I think I said like 4-0 Aston Villa.
we both said 4-0.
Yeah.
So let's see how that gets on. Brighton, Fulham.
Only 3-0 to Luton, so
3-0 to Luton.
I'm kidding, it's 0-0.
Yeah, Brighton, Fulham, lads. I went 2-0.
What did I do for Brighton? Did I go for a Fulham win, upset, or a draw?
You went for a Fulham 2-1 win.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Um,
Ellis, do you
getting
remember
on.
me?
I think it's a big.
No.
I think I went Brighton, but I can't remember what the scoreline is. It's quite a big one, right?
You said 4-1
Yeah.
to Brighton. So let's see if that comes off.
That's
Got a couple
currently
more.
0-0 as well.
So we've got a couple more games, lads. So Liverpool, Forest. 3-0, I said.
Can't remember what
Liverpool
I said.
Forest. Did I go for a draw? 2-2, I think?
You did, indeed.
Okay.
You said 2-2.
I can't remember what I said. Did I go 3-0 2? I can't remember 2-1.
LSU went 3-0 as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
So we got 3-0. Then we go on to the fucking one I don't want to fucking talk about.
No.
The Man United versus Man City one.
I went
I
conservative, I think, right?
Hey,
I went quite conservative. Did I go 2-0 or something like that, or 3-1?
you went 3-1 to City.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, conservative
That's
3-1 for City.
Ellis, you said 2-1
Yeah,
to
City.
City.
Yeah.
I said 4-0 to City. And if you guys don't know, that fucking breaks me because I'm a United fan. Jonesy is a City fan, and obviously Ellis is a United fan also. So that hurts to swallow a bit, not going to lie. So I don't want to talk about it. We'll move on swiftly. I don't know if you wanted to talk about anything else, lads, in particular, because otherwise I was just going to talk about how they can look at us, watch us, you know, how to catch us on our Twitter and our social medias. So
What are the points things for the predictions? Is it whoever finishes last does the Christmas giveaway, or how are we doing it?
yeah, we will do whoever finishes last. we'll do a giveaway of their choosing. It can be any price range, so whatever they're comfortable doing. Okay, so like I
This is
said,
going to pull out the Ado stack from Rare.
yeah.
My
Jonesy, you
boys.
have to do the Sorare cap.
Oh no, it's a stain.
Give it that. But yeah, so the point of it, guys, 3 points for the result and the predictor score, and then 1 point for the result. Okay, and that's all it is.
What are the scores on the doors at the moment? Just to give the viewers, the listeners,
Well, not everything
Not high.
has been
halfway through the game week.
tallied
Not
up.
particularly high. Not for me anyway. Jonesy, you're probably in pole position, aren't you?
I've only got one thing right though. I've not got anything
That's
else
big.
right.
I only got one result.
So yeah,
right.
because all of us basically got everything wrong bar the Arsenal game. Arsenal, so we got 1 point each, Alice and Jonesy, because you predicted 5-0, you are on 3. So you're obviously in front, but games are currently still being played, which is West Ham, Everton, Villa, Luton, Brighton, Fulham, Liverpool, Forest, and Man United, Man City. So things can change. We don't fully know yet, but yeah, that's something we will be sure to keep everyone up to date with on the Twitter, I'm sure. Which is at all around Sorare, so make sure to go sort that out. If you wanted our individual Twitters, mine is at capital Sorare. Ellis and Jonesy, what are yours, mate?
Mine's at SorareJonesy.
Mine's at SRLSSQ. Lots of S's.
And I know for you, Jonesy, in particular, you want to start Twitch soon, so that is something people are going to have to follow you on your socials to do so. And Ellis, you are running Twitch at the moment, which is the same thing, I believe.
Yeah, it's just LSSQ on Twitch. I'm pretty inconsistent at the moment, but I'm going to try and get a little bit better. It's the same sort of stuff, it's also rare related. So yeah, see you guys there.
There will be a giveaway on the All Around Sorare Twitter for the first podcast.
Yes,
so that will be soon. It'll probably be tonight, I think, or tomorrow. We are recording Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do that tonight, and hopefully people as well. You have also got our YouTube channels again, Capital Sorare for myself. Jonesy, you've not got one as of now, but who knows in the future? I think he's going to be just Twitch. And Ellis, you're the same thing again, aren't you? So make sure to follow that, guys. But also to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and to leave us a comment. Yeah, leave us a comment and drop a comment of what you want us to speak about next time, or if you have another topic to talk about. It can be something about real life if you want to. It doesn't have to be just all football or so rare. So drop it below and see what you say. Anything else, boys, you wanted to talk about this particular episode, or are we good and we're going to wrap up?
Yeah, just thanks to the viewers that are watching. This is our first podcast together. It's my first one ever recording. To do with anything. So yeah, it's been a real pleasure, boys, and I'm really excited to start a little journey here.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Just a little tip for everyone: test your audio before you start recording.
Yeah, we are novices.
Any future podcasters out there, learn from our mistake. But thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, we are doing the giveaway at All Around Sorare, so make sure to go check that out, boys and girls. And much love, and see you guys later. Peace.
See you soon, guys. Take care.